Good morning. Good morning. Hey, good morning. This is Tommy Nichols with your Monday Morning Minutes. And I talked to you last week about how we increase our capacity to win. And I said I would come this week and talk about capacity blockers. What are those things that might be in the way of you increasing capacity? And as you increase your capacity, we know that that will increase your growth in the different areas of your life that you're looking for. And so what the first thing I want to talk to you about, what are capacity blockers? Number one is fear. Many of you had these great ideas about your book, your film, your business, marriage, a lot of different things, but yet fear has blocked you from moving into the area. Fear. What if something happens wrong with it? What if I take this risk and I lose something, whether it's a financial investment, whether it's a time investment? Fear has been one of the things that has blocked you from increasing your capacity. And God did not give us a spirit of fear, but love, power, and a sound mind. A sound mind meaning we reduce the risk by doing the research, by doing a test model with other people to see if this might be doable in the marketplace. It doesn't guarantee it, but it does decrease the risk that should decrease your fear. So fear is the first thing I say is a capacity blocker. It's time to move forward, rise up and move forward, and come over fear to do what you feel you're called to do or present the ideal into the marketplace that you have. Number two is procrastination. Man, you've been talking about this thing forever and ever. You even got a picture of it and you drew it and you showed it to people, but never have done anything for it. Life has happened. You've been busy. You've been working. You got family. You got issues. And procrastination has been a capacity blocker for you. It's been sitting there waiting on the shelf, waiting for you to launch, waiting for you to launch. And if you don't plan it, like I said before, know exactly what God's calling you to do, and then activate it, it's going to be there. So if you go back and look at my last video where I talked about things, capacity increase, things that will cause your capacity to increase. Look at that. And then look here. Why are you procrastinating and waiting on this thing to happen? You're waiting on someone to knock on the door and say, help me with this, give me this. No, you have to get out there and you got to move forward and don't worry about the fear that we talked about, which is number one. But number two, procrastination. Those things you know that you were supposed to do, that's been in your spirit, in your heart, you dreamed about it, but have not done it. I encourage you to begin today and stop procrastinating. Number three, what is another capacity blocker? It's the me, myself, and I complex is what I call it. Me, myself, and I. Everything you do is centered around you. And you're trying to increase your capacity. And now that we're in this selfie time period and everybody's creating their own brand, it's easy to get into the me, myself, and I syndrome. But guess what? To really increase your capacity, to really scale, it's going to take more than just you and yourself. It's going to take other people to be part of that. But because sometimes you're so caught up into yourself that you don't even take the time to see what do I need and how can I help others? And we're going to talk about that third. How can I help others in this time period while I'm waiting to manifest the very thing I have? So it's the me, myself, and I syndrome. You do all the work, right? Everything you got to do, you got to be, you don't trust other people because you've been burnt before. We all been burnt before, but we got to get over that hurt. We got to move beyond that and get beyond the me, myself, and I syndrome that we can create a team, which is my next piece, creating a team and building a team to increase capacity. But sometimes the me, myself, and I is a blocker because it's you're doing everything. And there's no room for capacity increase because it's just you. Every time I look at your pictures, it's just you. Every time you're showing something, it's just you. If you look at my pictures, go to my timeline, very rarely will you see pictures of just me by myself. It is my wife, my team, other people. I'm showing other things because I know myself. The Bible says one would take 1,000 flight, but two, 10,000. So that's increased capacity because it's outside of me. Number four, building the team. And sometimes you need a team because your vision is larger than just you. Your vision is pretty big. And so you need people around you that can help you carry it out. But how can you build a team when you've never built anyone else's vision? Because you can't pay these people that you need to help you, but you need them to be with you, but you can't pay them. So how do they come with you? They need to volunteer. They need to buy into your vision. So you need to build a team. But yet, who have you served? What team have you participated on so that someone else can increase in capacity? It's very, very important, because what you give and what you sow shall be given back unto you. And so you need to build a team, but first build somebody else's team. You got to serve somebody else's. There's this one young lady, Lord, I can't think of her name, but she wasn't on my team, but I saw her building somebody else's team. Every time I saw Catrice Wright go somewhere, Lynette, that's her name, Lynette, Sister Lynette. Lynette was always with her, supporting her. Lynette was always there, no matter where she was, serving Catrice. So now Lynette never served me, but I always saw her in my space because I hired Catrice in my space, and Lynette was there. So there was an opportunity for me and Lynette has a catering business, to hire someone to do catering for an event. Guess who I went to? I went to Lynette to increase her capacity, because I saw her increasing Catrice's capacity. She was serving somebody else. She was on their team. You see how that works? So to build a team, first, you have to be a teammate, right? Serve someone else, build someone else. Last thing I want to talk about, once again, we said fear is a capacity blocker. Procrastination is a capacity blocker. The me, myself, and I syndrome, where it's all about you. You want to bring people in after you already developed the plan. People come to me all the time. Tommy, we want you to do this and use my platform, but you've already created the space. Now you want to come in and take advantage of my platform to increase your space. No, I am an asset builder. So you got to bring me in at the very, very beginning to help carve out this. So it's part of my brand as well as yours if I'm going to use my platform. And people don't like me because that's how I think and that's how I move. So people don't like that. So if you got a me, myself syndrome and you got to do it all, then you want to bring people in after it's done, then they're not part of the asset building, then a lot of good people will not participate. Okay, number 3, me, myself syndrome. 4, building the team, serving others and building your team by serving other teams, serving other people, right? And then number 5, your emotions. One of the capacity blockers is your emotions. And sometimes we see your emotions come out very clear on social media. And many times you call it emotions or you call it venting. People on the other side of the screen call it mess. And no one wants to participate in your mess. Nobody wants to hear your mess. You take your emotions to social media when you talk about other people. You take your emotions to social media in your posts. Everything that's going on in your life that doesn't edify anything. Sometimes there are righteous causes. We need to bring righteous causes to the public, right? That's good, a righteous cause. But many times there are your personal things that's going on and you're the victim syndrome. You're attacking other people in space who are doing things. You're blocking your capacity, because I know I don't want to work with you. And other people are looking at you, and I'm sure they think the same way. They don't want to work with you because your emotions is blocking your capacity, because your emotions look like on the other side of that screen, it looks like mess, looks like conflict. And we're trying to create solutions, and what we see from you is conflict. So check your emotions, and sometimes you have to wait a complete day. When you're feeling a certain way, don't go right to social media. Give it 24 hours. Trust me, you're going to respond much differently than you would have if you started, if you created that post when you're in your feelings versus creating that post 24 hours later. Many cases, you'll find I don't even need to respond to this, right? So do not allow anything to block your capacity to increase, but because you want to increase your capacity. And blockers are number 1, fear. Number 2, procrastination. Number 3, the me, myself syndrome. Number 4, your lack of a team, of a collaboration of a team, right? Because you don't serve others, so no one is serving you. And number 5, your emotions. Your emotions is getting in the way, is blocking other people to give you resources, is blocking from other people to help you to scale. Because the ultimate goal is to increase your capacity to win. All right. So this is my Monday Morning Minutes. Thank you guys for participating in this capacity blockers. Let's go and let's grow together. Look forward to talking to you next Monday.